Hi, I'm Movie Man. I'm an octopus who reviews movies, and today's review is going to be on.
There's nothing that can't be explained.
So, I went to see this film about 3 days ago now, as of recording this review. The day I saw this movie was Saturday, August 31st, and on that day this year, it was National Cinema Day. And so, obviously with me being a movie reviewer, I just had to, go and see a film for National Cinema Day, and I saw this one was on in Omniplex Van Point, so I heard about this one. I remember it got released there last month in America, I think, and I actually did see some good reviews for this one, so yeah, I figured, you know what, I'll go and I'll give this one a watch. So I went to see the film there for myself a few days ago, and having seen it for myself now, what did I think? Happy to say that I definitely had a great time with this one. Yeah, I have to say, I honestly really enjoyed this movie. It's definitely up there as being one of my favorite horror movies of the year so far. Yeah, I had a great time with this one. So getting further into my thoughts, to start things off, I really like the cinematography in this film. I'm not gonna lie, there are actually some genuinely really good shots in this movie. Some of the shots, inside the main house of the film, is set in, some of the scenes with that, creepy wooden figurine that you see in the poster trailers. I really liked a lot of those shots, and there's this hospital where one of the characters works at, and I really like some of the shots in that hospital. Honestly, I have to say, this was actually a very well shot movie in my opinion. When you consider that, the budget for this movie was probably kind of low. I actually do think they did a really good job with the cinematography in this film. So yeah, I have to say overall the cinematography was really good in my opinion. I really liked the editing here as well. I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely really liked the editing in this movie. The way the film kind of cuts back between conversations between some of the characters, I think is honestly really well done. Also, I just really do like the way that this movie is edited. There was one scene in particular which I actually really liked the way that they edited it. Now, I can't reveal the scene in question because it would be a spoiler for the movie, but I do genuinely really like the editing in what they do in that one short scene. it's honestly really good in my opinion. So I have to say, the editing in this movie was very good as well. In terms of the film's pacing, now, this isn't a very long movie. This film is only an hour and 38 minutes, so yeah, it's actually quite a short enough film. Although I will say, this movie doesn't feel like really short because like, this film is definitely kind of a slow burner, alright. The film definitely dedicates a lot of the runtime to a lot of scenes with these characters where we're getting like all this conversation, and it's kind of slowly, building up like the scares and what's really going on and stuff. And like, I'm not gonna lie, I actually did genuinely quite like the way that they paced this story, cause even though it did kind of feel like a slow burn, I found like a lot of the conversations between these characters really engaging, and so like, because it's honestly just really creepy as well with the way it's built up. So honestly, I just don't really mind the fact that they went a bit slow with the pacing here. So overall, I would say that I liked the pace in this film. The sounds and music also, I think, is genuinely quite good as well. I genuinely liked a lot of the sound effects in this movie. Like, I actually found them like genuinely quite creepy and stuff. And as well as that, there was actually a decent score in this film as well. I did genuinely quite like the score here. I thought it really, fit with that atmosphere and what was going on in the scene. So overall, I had a good score, and I thought, the sound effects were very good and quite creepy as well. So overall, the sound and music in the movie was quite good. In terms of the characters and the performances from the cast, I won't get like too much into all the characters in the movie, but what I will say is I did genuinely like a lot of the characters, and the acting in the movie was actually very good as well. I liked Gwilym Lee in this as Tadgh. Yeah, I actually thought he was quite good in this. But I think the standout of the cast here was probably Carolyn Bracken as Darcy, who was basically like the medium who like has all these like haunted objects. Yeah, I have to say I really liked her character, and I thought she honestly gave genuinely a very good performance in this. Like, she did a good job with some of the creepy moments, and yet she could actually be kind of funny in this as well. But I also really liked Carolyn Menton as Yana, who was like Ted's new girlfriend after like Darcy's sister's murders. Yeah, I actually liked her character in this. I thought the actress did well, like with a lot of the really suspenseful scenes, but as well as that, I did honestly find her character genuinely entertaining. So she was good in this. The characters in this were quite good, and I did genuinely really like the acting in this, especially from Carolyn Bracken. Yeah. So overall, I'd say the characters and the acting were very good. As for the movie's plot, like the film genuinely has a really interesting concept because Darcy, who is at the museum, her sister gets murdered, and she basically goes to the house where her sister lived, where she was murdered, and it's like she's kind of trying to solve what actually happened. Like, I'm not gonna lie, well, it is genuinely a very interesting concept, and the movie actually did a really good job with it. Like, I mean, well, it's kind of the main plot. Like, throughout the movie, a lot of the scenes in this film are, a lot of characters talking with each other and stuff, and it's actually made genuinely really interesting and captivating and stuff. It's genuinely a really creepy horror film because, like, I mean, we just get, like, a bunch of these really, like, long sequences with, like, some of these characters being in these locations, and, all these, really creepy encounters and stuff. And yeah, honestly, I think it is really well done the way it's done and stuff. And like, as well as that, like, there actually is a bit of humor in this movie because, like, there's actually a fair bit of, like, jokes in this film, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually really like the humor in this movie. Like, the humor in this film actually has a lot of my audience laughing and stuff, and I'm not gonna lie, it was genuinely really funny, a lot of the humor here. But honestly, it did make for a genuinely captivating horror movie, and I'm not gonna lie, I really liked the twist in the song because we did get a twist, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually really liked the twist, the way it was done. Yeah, it was honestly really good. Yeah, it was a great twist, honestly. Um, but yeah, honestly, overall, I really liked the plot of this movie. It was just a really, creepy horror film, and there were some genuinely really well done jump scares, but like, as well as that, it kind of had a bit of fun with itself, being a bit funny at times. Overall, I just thought the plot was really well done. In terms of the narrative structure, like, this movie doesn't really have, like, a very, like, linear narrative because, we get, like, the basic of the story with this girl gets murdered, and her sister, who is, like, this museum with who owns all these haunted objects, arrives at her sister's house to, kind of figure things out and stuff. But as I said, the movie kind of dedicates a lot of its time to these characters kind of just talking and stuff, where we're kind of getting reveals, plot beats and stuff. And there's a lot of flashbacks as well in this movie where the film's kind of just going back, and it's in these flashbacks where we're actually getting, like, a lot more, like, information and stuff. And I actually did genuinely really like it, the way it was done. It was quite a good narrative structure, and it just made for a really creepy film, but kind of a funny one as well. And as I said, I really liked the twist in the film. I thought the twist was really well done here, and it just completely, flips the narrative over its head. Yeah, I did genuinely think it was a really good twist. So, yeah, honestly, I would say overall, like, the narrative structure was really good. The way it was done and stuff was really interesting, and yeah, it just made the film, like, a whole lot better. And so, yeah, I really liked the narrative structure. So, overall, I had a great time with Odyssey. It was honestly a great film to watch on National Cinema Day. Like, I really liked a lot of the cinematography and the editing, the music, the characters, the acting in it, especially from Carolyn Bracken. There was a lot of good humour, really good jump scares. It was also a really captivating narrative, and it was a really creepy film, and it had a great twist as well. I wouldn't call it like a straight up horror masterpiece, but honestly, overall, I had a great time with it. And like, I say, if you love horror films, but if you want one that's like real creepy with kind of a bit of a fun factor to it, and you want one with kind of this whole mystery as well, honestly, I'd say this would be a great one to check out. So, yeah, overall, Odyssey was a great film, and I highly recommend it if you love horror. So, with that, I'm going to give Odyssey a 9 out of 10. So with that, I'll see you guys next time, and bye.